Chippewa Stone is a family-owned and operated granite fabrication and installation company, and we started in 2004.
I'd say about 2008, we kind of went full stone, got out of the home remodeling, and we've grown it considerably, just focusing just on countertops. So we do mostly custom builders and residential, 60% probably
Residential, 40% probably of builder, custom builder and kitchen and bath. Our family was pretty much raised in this building. We do family pictures in our advertisements, and we will get a lot of comments about how the kids have all grown up, and they'll actually ask about them, so it's pretty cool.
Hopefully from all of them, one of them hopefully will take over, so.
Okay. We have a rule, you're not a shoe-in, and that this isn't a fallback plan for you. This is a legitimate business that takes quite a bit of grit in order to run it. We've never not worked together, so that would be a question that is almost impossible to answer.
We are together pretty much 24/7. I love it.
I enjoy it. We're opposite, so actually that works out well as a team. That kind of means that we just cover everything.
I'm not saying our staff hasn't heard some good fights. Yeah. I know they have. You know what I mean? And they can tell when we've been getting at each other, but it's all right.
That's how we make sure that everything's covered.
One of our bridge saws that was our first purchase, getting older, parts were not, working as well, so we would call the company we purchased it from. Customer service was terrible. They would, honestly, it's like an inconvenience if we called them. I mean, they installed the saw and they were great, but ever since they installed it, we never heard from them again. I heard good things about Parks, just through other guys that worked for me that had worked at other companies. We bought a Yukon, and that was our first machine. That was in June of 2018. Once he sold us that saw, Dale continued talking how everything's going, what can we do.
Dale came in and looked at our flow and really offered more than just selling a machine. Saving minutes in the day and how many times you move a piece and how far you're moving a piece, and having fresh eyes was really important, and fresh eyes that are experienced fresh eyes.
About a year later, he kept telling us to see the Digital Stone Expo. A year later, June of 2019, we went to the Digital Expo in Chicago. Loved it, great experience. Seeing other granite shops and talking to other owners and employees that, same issues that we have, overworked and understaffed.
When we were in Chicago, we got to see that people were operating with similar sales numbers to ours in facilities that were, a fraction of our size. We have a pretty large facility. I thought if they can do that and fit in that machinery and so on and so forth, then we can do that as well.
We started with the Yukon Bridge, the Sabre Jet, the Titan 3800, and then also the Pathfinder. With the guidance of really Parks telling us, hey, looking at your business and what you're telling me, I think this would be the best machine. And we wanted that bridge, cutting with the saw, but then also having a water jet, get inside those inside corners. As far as the speed, the cutting has done wonders for us. I love watching it, I'll be honest with you, just the way it turns and cuts, how fast it does again, the units I just mentioned, putting 8 bathrooms on there, cutting it out, watching it, and doing it in 45 minutes. So I love the way the machine runs.
As the machine runs, it's super cool to watch it and see the American flag move all over your material.
I prefer to run quartz on the Titan. It is a better polish. You get a better shine. Even doing a big island that would take one of my guys a couple hours to do, now we can throw it on that Titan. Once we get it loaded up and have it on there, the gentleman can go back and start fabricating, work on other jobs while it's running. It's going quicker, and I couldn't be more happy with it.
It seems like everybody went home and spent quarantine looking at their kitchen or bathroom and saying, I'm done with this. And so right out of the gate, when things started to open up, we were packed. So I don't think we would be able to keep up had we not made this decision at that time. We are thankful that we made the decision when we did and when it got here.
We've seen numbers, and our sales numbers are just, right now it's just going through the roof, which is very grateful. But again, I don't think we would have been able to keep up.
Definitely, not. I mean, we would have had to work evenings, weekends, and everything else in between. We're able to do it faster and more effectively and easier, and not everybody's getting as worn out with it. And those machines will pay themselves off quickly. Park Industries being a family-owned and operated company, clearly on steroids, and being American-made was extremely important in our decision.
Again, they had the sale was done. They could have just, continued on and tried to get a new company, but they continued calling, asking, hey, what can we do? What do you think you need? And again, I would say customer service and the whole experience has been great.
That was a very good point. I like it. You still amaze me, sweetie.
If something should break down, we've never in our history of our company canceled on an installation, so I know if we need a part, we can get it, and that was honestly the big selling point. I mean, parts is definitely more on the higher end price point wise, but I don't mind paying.
You can feel a lot more comfortable when you part with your money based on the fact of how you're treated along the way and the results you get at the end.